Alright, previously we have removed the intake manifold. In this video, let me show you how I got all this stuff out of the old manifold and into the new GReddy style FReddy intake manifold. So stay tuned! Let's start with removing the fuel rail. First, you need to undo 3 12mm bolts. Two injector harness retaining clips. I just clipped the zip ties on mine. You need to undo the 10mm bolt for the throttle body coolant hose bracket. And get the bracket out of the way. Once you sorted all this, you can lift the rail out of the intake, and this is how I did it. These 12mm bolts are just easy to remove. Just make sure you don't lose the 3 plastic spacers under each one. You'll need it later when you install the fuel rail onto the new intake. I just cut the zip ties, securing the harness onto the bracket. It's much easier. And we're out. We'll just take out the O-rings later. These are the spacers. 1, 2, and 3. These are the O-rings that came out of the old intake. They still look great. We'll be reusing them for sure. Tested them on the new intake and it fits! Let's do the water hose connector. You need to undo 6 12mm bolts. Not really sure what to call it, but it's part number 14020H. Fuel rail done, water tube connector done. We need to get a few remaining parts that we need on the new intake manifold. These 2 temperature sensors, 1 sending unit for the temp gauge, and 1 temp sensor for your ECU. What you'll need is 3 wrenches. 19mm for the temp sensor for the ECU, 12 for the sending unit, and 10 for the bracket. Okay, let's start with the temperature sensor for the ECU. It's a 19mm wrench for this one. Woo! Look at that! So here are the parts that we took from the original plenum. The fuel rail and the injectors, its harness, retaining bolts and its spacers, IACV, idle air control valve, temperature sensor for ECU, temperature sending unit, and the water tube connector. Check Nissan's Fast for part number 14020H, and with the cold start air regulator. Next, we are going to put them all in the FReddy intake manifold. The FReddy Intake came with this accessories, hose clips, bolts, and fittings. This one goes here, here, and here. This one should go over here, wherever you're going to plumb the hose going into the intake before the throttle. But I'm not sure if I'm going to use this fittings. This looks metal, but I'm not sure if they're that reliable, so I'm going with brass fittings instead. I may use this and this as well. The bolts, I'll have to think about that.